Sairam, dear students. Whether my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
In the previous session, we had come across a few problems based on three equations. In today's class, before we take up the further theory classes, we'll solve three more problems, 3 to 4 problems based on those equations, and make ourselves thorough with this method of solving the problems, and then we shall move on to the further topics. Three equations. One is Nernst equation, which relates cell potential with temperature and concentration. Another is relation between standard cell potential with equilibrium constant. Third one is change in free energy with standard cell potential. Look into those three equations in the respective problem. First one, calculate EMF of the cell. Calculate EMF of the cell for chromium converting into chromium 3 plus and nickel converting into Ni2 plus. Illi miss agide Ni2 plus and nickel at 25 degrees Celsius. E0 values are given for both these reduction potential. Here half cell representation they have given nickel bar, nickel agbekkile, nickel bar on miss agide, nickel bar, nickel. Reduction, oxidation they have mentioned. If they have not mentioned which is reduction, which is oxidation, how can you find out which is undergoing reduction and oxidation? That is by E0 values. Now out of these two, can you tell me which undergoes reduction, which undergoes oxidation?
Chromium
Nickel,
reduction.
chromium.
Nickel reduction, sir.
Which must undergo oxidation?
Chromium
Oxidation.
oxidation.
Nickel or
Chromium.
chromium?
Oxidation.
Chromium, sir. Chromium.
Wonderful.
Nickel
Wonderful.
reduction.
Chromium oxidation.
Chromium must undergo oxidation, nickel must undergo reduction. Higher negative value, lesser negative value. Lesser negative value is closer towards positive. Lesser negative ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಗೆ ಹತ್ರ ಉಂಟು. Closer towards positive. Therefore favorable for reduction. More negative value. Reduction favorable for oxidation. Lower negative lesser negative value. ಯಾರು mic on ಆಗಿದೆ? Shekar, your mic is on. Kushwant. Okay. Therefore, based on that, we can immediately say it is oxidation, it is reduction. Now you are supposed to find out EMF of the cell. EMF
So
of
we can
the
also
cell.
predict it from the cell reaction, sir.
Yeah, if this is not given, what I was mentioning was if this is not given, they are given here. If it is not given, then based on the E0 value, you can find out. You must be knowing all the methods of finding which is oxygen, which is anode, which is cathode. In the examination, we cannot say that every time they will give this cell representation. The cell representation, immediately you can find out it is anode, it is cathode. Excluding that, by removing this, if only the E0 values are given, even then you must be able to find out which is anode, which is cathode. That is what I was mentioning. E cell is equal to E0 cell minus mentioned as 25 degrees Celsius. Therefore, immediately you can write this formula 0.059 divided by n into log of. What is a product and what are the reactants here? That is what you must first write the equation. Oxidation of chromium into chromium 3 plus, reduction of nickel Ni2 plus to nickel. This is the overall reaction of this galvanic cell. In this galvanic cell, if you calculate how many electrons are oxidized, ಇದನ್ನು careful ಆಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, 3 electrons. On reduction, only 2 electrons are utilized. Therefore, electron in oxidation and reduction are not balanced. Therefore, to balance the equation, I must write 2Cr, 2Cr3 plus 3Ni2, 3Ni nickel. Therefore, now electrons become 6 here, electrons become 6 here. Now the redox reaction is balanced. In the balanced equation, what are the electrons which are removed on oxidation and electrons gained on reduction? 6 electrons. Involvement of 6 electrons is found in the balanced equation, either for oxidation or for reduction. Therefore, n value becomes 6. What you must remember here is, you must write the, what is asked, it is E cell. Electrode potential ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು, ಕೇಳಿರೋದು cell potential. Cell ಅಂದ್ರೆ overall reaction of cathode and anode. Our electrons must be balanced. In the balanced equation, how many electrons are involved? That is what you must take into consideration. Therefore, this is a balanced equation. You must write the balanced equation and find out number of electrons. Our n value becomes 6. Then log of product divided by reactant. What are the products? Chromium ion and nickel metal as a product, chromium metal and nickel ion as a reactant. Now, what happens to the equation? Each cell is equal to E naught of the cell. E naught of the cell is equal to E naught of cathode minus E naught of anode. Which is cathode here? Nickel is cathode. Chromium is anode. Cathode value is minus 0.25. Anode value is minus of minus 0.74. Minus of minus is plus 0.74. There 0.74 minus 0.25964. That was 0.49. Your E naught of the cell is 0.49. 0.49 minus 0.0591 ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ add ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ you can round it off to 59. Divide by 6. Now observe carefully what I write in the product. We have nickel. First in Mario hige bariva, then we'll simplify that. Chromium ions, exponent is 2, therefore raised to the power 2, divided by reactant chromium raised to the power 2, nickel ion raised to the power 3. Now, because these nickel and chromium are in the metallic solid form, what you must do, take is consider its concentration as unity. Or 1 square, 1 cube, 1 square root, 1 cube root, all those values will be 1. It does not affect equilibrium, or that does not affect the reaction. Therefore, that is removed. What is remaining is chromium, concentration of chromium raised to the power 2 divided by concentration of nickel raised to the power 3. Concentration of chromium ion is given. Concentration of nickel ion is given. Apply the value 1 into 10 to the power of minus 3 square divided by 1 into 10 to the power of minus 4 cube. Minus 4 cube is minus 12. Minus 3 square is minus 6. Apply the value, you will find out the value of each. Calculation part, ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನೀವು. Books ಅಲ್ಲಿ, in some books, NCERT, this is how it is used. In some books, what happens is, ಇದನ್ನು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. E naught of the cell plus 0.059 divided by n ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. At that time, what changes they do is, they do changes in this long term. The numerator will be in the denominator, denominator will be in the numerator when the sign of this is converted into positive. Therefore, some books ಅಲ್ಲಿ positive ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ confuse ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಡಿ. This is the only change. You'll find that in this solution. The positive is there. Why? Because nickel is written in the numerator, Chromium is written in the denominator. This is reactant, this is product. All other values are same. Answer, final answer will be 0.042. 0.42. You will get this value when you solve this problem. Solve ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. Mathematical part, you must do it. You can do it later on. We'll move on to question number 2. Calculate equilibrium constant of electrochemical reaction occurring in the following cell at 298 Kelvin if standard cell potential is 0.40 volt. This is a cell. Copper undergoing oxidation, silver undergoing reduction, cathode, oxidation, anode. What is the number of electrons? Node first node equilibrium constant. Therefore, you must calculate K. What is given? Standard cell potential E naught is given. Therefore, what is the equation you must use? E naught cell is equal to 0.0591 because temperature is 298. It is given as 298 divided by N into log of Kc. Okay. What is the value of N? Again, it is for the entire reaction. E naught cell is for the entire cell reaction. So what is the cell reaction? Cu converting into Cu2 plus, Ag plus converting into Ag. Therefore, it is not balanced. You must take 2 electrons because oxidation is involving 2 electrons. Reduction must also take up 2 electrons. Therefore, number of electrons on oxidation or on reduction is 2. Therefore, N value is 2. E naught value is given as 0.46. 0.0591 divided by 2 into log of. Very simple problem. Even on this equation, 3 marks question may arise in your board examination. Here in the regular class, I'll be restricting these numerical problems for the board examination point of view. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾನು focus ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. Board exam ಗೆ I have told in the previous class, one problem will be definite. That is that too on these 3 equations. ಈ 3 equation ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಇದೇ ತರದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. What we are discussing in the class, same type. Values ಮಾತ್ರ ಬೇರೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Electrodes ಬೇರೆ ಇರಬಹುದು, values ಬೇರೆ ಇರಬಹುದು. Method ಎಲ್ಲ same. Therefore, easy to score these marks. What you are supposed to ask? E naught is given. Okay, directly you can calculate. E naught of the cell is equal to 0.059 into log Kc. ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡು. delta G ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. That is not required. Anti-log of 15.5. ನಿಮಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರಬೇಕು. This answer you must get. Final answer, what you must get is 3.62 into 10 to the power of 15. I hope you know how to take log and anti-log. Previous year ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Log ಹೇಗೆ ತೆಗೆಯೋದು by using log book and anti-log. Because in the board examination, scientific calculators are not allowed. Log books will be allowed. You must be able to take log and anti-log. The problem will notice all these values is the only value of what you're supposed to find out is K. Just note down the answer, 3.62 into 10 to the power of 15. Question number 3. On the basis of information available from the reaction, find out EMF or cell potential required to carry out electrolysis of Al2O3. Now this question actually ಇದನ್ನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಬಂದಿರಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ even then we'll try to solve this. Electrolysis ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ basic idea given to you. Electrolysis of Al2O3. The Al2O3 ಗೆ electrolyze ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. When electrolyze Al2O3, you'll get aluminium and oxygen. +3, oxygen -2, +3 in the 0 ಆಯ್ತು, -2 in the 0 ಆಯ್ತು. From +3 and -2, they are reduced. One is reduced, one is oxidized to its elemental state. Electrolysis of Al2O3 will give you aluminium and oxygen. Al2O3 aluminium oxide ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ಅದು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. External energy supply ಮಾಡಿ you must convert aluminium oxide into aluminium and oxygen. Therefore, it is electrolysis, supplying electricity and lysing it, break ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, reaction perform ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ by supplying electricity. This is the reaction. What is given here? Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, reverse reaction ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನು aluminium oxide converting to, balance ಮಾಡಿ, already they have balanced it, 2Al3. Again ಇದು ನೋಡಿ, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ, if they only give the statement on the basis of for electrolysis of aluminium oxide, delta G value is this, find out EM. ಕೊಟ್ರೆ aluminium oxide, you must write its electrolyzed product. When you supply electricity, the only possibility product is aluminium and oxygen, because you are supplying, you are performing reduction and oxidation. Aluminium on electrolysis, aluminium oxide will convert into aluminium, oxygen molecule is obtained. Balance ಮಾಡುವ, they are already balanced, therefore write it as such. 4 ಆಯ್ತು, 4/3 ಆಯ್ತು. O3 ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, check whether it is balanced. Oxygen balance agida, 3 atoms, 3 oxygen is balanced. Now what we must do is, how many electrons are involved in this redox reaction? ಎಷ್ಟು electrons involved ಆಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. 1 Al3 plus converting into 1 Al, 3 electrons are involved. I think everybody will agree with this. 1 mole of Al3 converting into 1 mole of Al, involvement of 3 electrons. Here how many Al2 we have? 2/3 Al, 2/3 we have. Therefore 2/3 of Al2 we have. Therefore total charge is to aluminium. 1 aluminium plus 3. Here we have 2 aluminium. Total charge is +6. +6 charge ಇದೆ. It is divided by 2/3. ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತಾಗ 4. Cross check in oxygen. Oxygen is a cross check ಮಾಡಿ. 1 oxygen is -2. There are 3 oxygen here. -6. -6 ಇದೆ, -6 same ಇಲ್ಲಿ 6, 2/3 ಏನಾಯ್ತು 0. Therefore 4 into 0. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ total charge +4, total charge -4. Both are converted to 0. Therefore number of electrons involved is 4. N value is equal to 4. This you have come across in the previous year. Redox chapter ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ already. Even then just recall ಮಾಡಿ, ಹೇಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು again ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 1 aluminium charge is +3. How many aluminium we have? 2 aluminium atoms we have. So total charge of aluminium here is +6. But how many moles we have taken? 2/3. Therefore 3 1s are 3 2s are. Total charge of aluminium here is +4. Oxygen ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Cross check ಮಾಡಿ -4 ಇರ್ತದೆ. -4 to 0. The change is 4. +4 to 0. Change is 4. The 4 electrons are involved. N value becomes 4. So N value is 4 ಅಂತ ಬಂತು. Delta G value ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Just find out E value. What is the formula? Delta G is equal to -NFE. F Faraday value is known, N value is known, E value you are supposed to find out. Delta G divided by N into F. Delta G value negative ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, or minus cancel. E of cell will be positive. 4 electrons, 4/3 ಆಯ್ತು, 4/3 ಮಾಡಿದರೆ delta G N value is 4, F value 96,500, E value ನೋಡಿ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಯಾವ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಜಿ ಕಿಲೋ ಜೌಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಇಂಟು ಜೌಲ್. 2.14. Again, take down this value 2.14, cross check it with this calculation, you will be getting this value. Last problem. Calculate standard free energy delta G for the reaction taking place in the Daniell cell. What is Daniell cell? Standard anta untu. Therefore, delta G naught is equal to minus NF E naught. Because it is a standard, therefore it is delta G naught. Therefore, E naught must be also standard. Daniell cell is zinc and copper. And here number of electrons is 2. F value is 96,500. So E naught value of the Daniell cell. We know E naught of Daniell cell is E naught of cathode minus E naught of anode. Cathode is 0.34 minus 0.76. These are standard values. 1.10 volt. Your E naught of the cell, Daniell cell is 1.10. Therefore, delta G naught is equal to minus N into F into E naught. N value is 2, 96,500 into 1.10. This solution is, when you solve, you'll get the free energy thing. But this problem is too simple. Once you are thorough with equation and some basic idea regarding the concept, in the board examination, very easily you can score the marks. Normally some students, ಕೆಲವು students, average students ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ, that mentality is that especially in slightly weaker students. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಮುಟ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬೇಡವೇ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. But very easily you can score 20 marks problems ಬರ್ತದೆ. In chemistry, final examination 15 to 20 ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, 15 to 20 ಬರ್ತದೆ. 15 minimum marks ಬರ್ತದೆ numerical problems. And that ಅದು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಇರುವುದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ದೋಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. Therefore, those problems are already in your pocket. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಹೇಗೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಯೂಸ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಮೆಥಡ್, ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. That is what you must keep in mind, especially for board examination. Competitive examination we will discuss in the coaching classes. Again, one notice, one circular what we have got is, this year, academic year, 100% syllabus has to be covered. Previous year ಅಲ್ಲಿ syllabus reduce ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, 70% ಗೆ reduce ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. This year 100%, ಯಾವುದು ಸಹ ಬಿಡುವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಡುವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. Therefore, more time is required to complete the syllabus. ಇನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ initially slow ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ, because we need to complete the entire portion this year. We cannot leave any topics. N value is equal to, ಅದೇ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ, 1.1. Final answer is minus 212.3 kilojoule. Let's note down the value, you must get this value. Remaining 2 more problems we have solved it in the previous session. ಇದೆರಡು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ previous session ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. Total 6 problems ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ on basis of these 3 equations. By that we will complete entire first topic, first part of the chapter. Galvanic cell complete ಆಯಿತು. Just very briefly I will recall all this. First, in the first class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, difference between galvanic cell and electrolytic cell. Because once we complete this, ಇದನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಪುನಃ ಮುಟ್ಟೋದಿಲ್ಲ, next electrolytic cell ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. So before that, just recall ಮಾಡಿ, galvanic cell is for spontaneous reaction, electrolytic cell is for non-spontaneous reaction. Here electricity is supplied, electricity is ಏನು, galvanic cell ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ,
liberated.
Correct.
Electricity is
Produced.
generated, here it is supplied. Anode in the galvanic cell is negative, cathode in the galvanic cell is positive. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರುವ, ಈಗ ಬೇಡ. This is what we have come across in the beginning. Under galvanic cell, we have found out half cell ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. Half cell ಅಲ್ಲಿ electrode potential ಅಲ್ಲಿ reduction potential, electrode reduction potential. Then a standard hydrogen electrode used to calculate reduction potential. ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. Then calculation of cell potential, that is E cell, by the formula of E of cathode minus E of anode. ಮತ್ತೇನು, then electrochemical series, very important ಇದು for a competitive examination. It is a very important electrochemical series and its significance. ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ, ನಾನು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನು ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು. ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವ್ಯೂಗೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಅದರ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೆಲ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್, then three equations. First equation, delta G and E relation, E and K relation. These is the topics we have covered till now. That is first part of chapter, galvanic cell. We'll now move on to the second part. Without wasting any time, we'll move on to the second part, electrolytic cell. Before electrolytic cell ಗಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು NCERT ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ some basic idea regarding conductance ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. You know that in the physics you have come across some basic terms under electrochemistry like conductance ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, resistance ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, all these you have come across. So I want you to answer more regarding this, so that we'll quickly just glance on this topic, and wherever some important points has to be given, I'll give that. What is resistance?
It is the hindrance to the flow of current.
Opposing the flow of current.
Very good, wonderful, very good, very good. Opposition to the flow of current is called as resistance. How resistance is calculated? What is the symbol for resistance? Symbol is R. Symbol is R. Symbol. Unit is unitarian. Resistance in a unitarian.
Ohm.
Omega or ohm. This is a unit. Symbol ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅದು. ಈ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ G ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ R ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. This is a symbol. Unit is SI unit, various dimensional units. That is ohm, written as omega, or in a smaller alphabet OHM. Now how resistance is mathematically related? What is the equation for resistance?
V by
Rho
I.
L by L.
Proportional to length divided by area. Resistance of any substance is proportional to length of the substance divided by area of the substance. Therefore, now look into the sign after I remove the proportionality sign remove admit. The term which will add here is
Resistivity.
K.
Resistivity constant.
Small letter K, right? Small letter K ಯಾವ symbol use ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ?
Rho.
Letter K. Very good. Rho. What does this rho indicate? Rho ಏನು indicate ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? It is
Resistivity constant.
Yes, very good. It is proportionality constant. ನೋಡಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದು proportionality constant. ಅದು ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು ಏನ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, this is a proportionality constant. Because this proportionality constant is used for resistance equation ಅಲ್ಲಿ proportionality constant ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಕಾರಣ it is called as resistivity. Earlier it was called as specific resistance. ಮೊದಲನ್ನು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾ ಇದ್ರು. Now it is called as resistivity. Both terms are same, but now IUPAC recommends using the term of resistivity. Now, how will you define this resistivity? One more question may arise on this. Definition of resistivity. What is resistivity in the character? Define resistivity. Any proportionality constants. ನಾನು previous year ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು stress ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. Whenever you define a proportionality constant, other terms along with that, it is taken as a unity. Definition ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅದರ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗಿರುವ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂನಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಒನ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ ಅ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಇದು ಒನ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು. Resistivity is the resistance of a substance whose length is unity and has a unit area of cross section. Unit area of cross section, unit area of the substance, unit length, and when then the resistivity becomes equal to resistance. So resistivity is resistance of a substance of a unit area or unit length, unit area. Now coming to the unit of resistivity, symbol of resistivity is rho. Rho is the symbol. Unit ಏನಾಯ್ತು ನೋಡಿ, unit of resistance is ohm or omega is equal to length in a unit ಏನು, meter or centimeter if it is microscopic, or nanometer ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ಮೀಟರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್. ಮೀಟರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೀಟರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಮೀಟರ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಹೋಯ್ತು. Rho is therefore ohm into m or ohm meter. Right? Correct? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we'll move on to idondu aitu. Next we'll move on to conductance. Conductance is inverse of resistance. We know conductance ಮತ್ತೆ resistance opposite ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. They're opposite. Our conductance and resistance are inverse. Resistance ಏನು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬಂದಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, 1/1 divided by rho into L by A ಆಯ್ತು. ಇದು ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, A by L 1 by rho ಆಯ್ತು. ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟಿಗೆ, ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅಗೈನ್, ವೈ ಯು ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಈವನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋ ಬದಲು ಇವರು ಒನ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ. Inverse of resistance is conductance. Inverse of resistivity, therefore they take it as conductivity. 1 by rho anno small letter k. Greek alli it is called as, this is rho, this is called as eno, kappa. Greek letter of kappa, small letter k, is used for conductivity, and 1 by rho is conductivity into A by L. This is the equation, mathematical equation for conductance. This is the mathematical equation for resistance. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಬಂತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ನೋಡುವ. Because conductance is inverse of resistance, this becomes ohm inverse. ಅದನ್ನು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಬರೀತಾರೆ, ಮೋ ಅಂತ ಬರೀತಾರೆ, or omega inverse ಅಂತ ಬರೀತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಓಮ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್, ಮೋ ಆರ್ ಒಮೆಗಾ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ತ್ರೀ. ಇದರ ಬದಲು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು? ವಾಟ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ತ್ರೀ?
Simon.
Wonderful. Simon. Capital, yes. Simon is a symbol what I can use for G, or ohm inverse ಯಾವ್ದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. A is meter square, length meter, cancel ಆಯ್ತು. Conductivity unit you can derive here, or simplest way to find out unit of conductivity is this. Unit of rho is ohm meter. Ohm meter, unit of ಇಲ್ಲಿ ohm meter ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ohm meter ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. Inverse of that ಅಂದ್ರೆ ohm inverse, meter inverse, ಅಂದ್ರೆ Simon per meter. ಇಲ್ಲಿ derive ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, very easily can derive here, or you can derive even here. Unit of conductivity is Simon per meter macroscopic ಅಥವಾ Simon per centimeter. There were two important units ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ further use ಆಗುವಂತ two important units. One is for resistivity, one is for conductivity. Resistivity is ohm meter, conductivity is Simon per meter. ನೋಡಿ ಇದೆರಡು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್. ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಿದ್ ಮರ್ತು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿರೈವ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್, ಈ ತರ ಡಿರೈವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗುಡ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಎರಡು ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್, ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್, other one is resistance equation, then the units of resistivity and conductivity. This is a basic idea regarding resistance, conductance, its unit, which you come across in the physics classes. Now we'll move on to the chemistry part. In chemistry part, again you have learned this in the lower classes. Conductance is of two types. ಯಾವುದೇ substance in a conductance, it is of two types. One is electronic conductance. ಇದನ್ನು ಸಹ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೀವು ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಿ ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Other one is electrolytic conductance. There are two kinds of conductance: electronic conductance and electrolytic conductance. As a term suggests, ಈ term ಏನು ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? Conductance is due to electrons. Electrons are conducting. Under electronic conductance, it is the electrons which conduct. Electrolyte ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದೆ in the previous year. Ionic solids, when they're added to water, they form ions. These ions are called as, ionic solution is called as electrolytic, or presence of ions will cause conductance. Conductance is caused due to the presence of ions. Such conductance is called as electrolytic conductance. Therefore, what is the driving force for conductance? It is the presence of ions here, whereas here it is the presence of electrons. Now, where do you find electronic conductance? Where do you find electrolytic conductance? Examples, electronic conductance examples. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು electronic conductance ತೋರಿಸ್ತದೆ?
Metals.
Metal. Very simplest example is metals. Usually solid state ಅಲ್ಲಿ, if a substance is conducting, in the solid state, if a substance is conducting, then it must be due to electrons. Metals is a simple example. Electrolytic, ions in the bunch. Now, as the term ions come into picture, in the previous year's knowledge or lower class knowledge on the bit bidwa, this year itself under the solid state you have come across. Solid state ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. Solids can be classified into various types: polar, non-polar, ಮತ್ತೆ covalent, metallic ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿದೆ. Under solid state you have come across a point there. Ionic solids under ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. We take a sodium chloride solid. In the solid state, they are non-conductors. They do not conduct. In the solid state, they do not conduct. Only in the molten state they conduct. Molten state ಅಲ್ಲಿ conduct ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Solid state ಅಲ್ಲಿ conduct ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Therefore, if the cause for conductance is ions, in electrolytic conductors or in ionic conductor, in the solid state they do not conduct. Whereas metallic conductors, electronic conductors, they're usually conducting, they conduct in the solid state. Ionic conductors, electronic conductors, solid state ಅಲ್ಲಿ conduct ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ? Because in the solid state, ions are in fixed positions. ಅದರ ಲ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿರ್ತದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. They are present in their lattice points. They are present in the fixed positions. Therefore, they will not move from one place to another place. Therefore, in the solid state, ions do not conduct. Electrolytic conductance is only in molten or in the aqueous state. Now, what is molten state? What is aqueous state? This is a difference ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಹ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನೆನಪಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Molten sodium chloride and aqueous sodium chloride. What is the difference?
Aqueous when dissolved in water, sir.
Water. That's wonderful, wonderful. Aqueous sodium chloride is when sodium chloride is dissolved in water, you get Na plus ion, Cl minus ion, surrounded by water. ಏನು ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, they get surrounded by water. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ವಾಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. In molten sodium chloride or melt sodium chloride or fused sodium chloride, ಬೇರೆ term use ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Fused sodium chloride, melt sodium chloride, molten sodium chloride, all these three terms are same. That is for ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್. ನೀವು ಉಪ್ಪನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಉಪ್ಪು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಆ ಉಪ್ಪನ್ನು ಮಾಯಿಶ್ಚರ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Heat solid sodium chloride in the absence of moisture, then sodium chloride ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಮೆಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೆಲ್ಟ್. That is called as molten sodium chloride, melt or fused sodium chloride. Because they are converted to liquid form, the liquid forming ಆದ ಕಾರಣ liquid can move from one position, they can flow. Therefore ions present here can move from one position to another position. That is how the charged species is conducting here, ion is conducting, whereas in the solid state it is electrons. For metal is a simple example for electronic conductors. Ionic solids, ನೋಡಿ solids ಗೆ example ಕೊಡುವಾಗ ionic solids are the examples for electrolytes. Electrolytic conductance is by ionic solids. ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ವಾಟರ್ ಯಾಕೆ, ವಾಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅನ್ ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್, ವಾಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಕೋವಲೆಂಟ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್, ಇವನ್ ದೆನ್ ವೈಟ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇಕ್ವಿಲಿಬ್ರಿಯಂ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆ ಥರ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ಕಮೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾಟ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್. ವಾಟರ್ ನಮಗೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ವಾಟರ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಡ್ರಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟರ್, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ವಾಟರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯೂಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್. Therefore ions is conducting. Therefore, ideally speaking, ionic solids in the aqueous or in the molten state will conduct. Metals in the solid state will conduct. Therefore, conductance may be electronic, conductance may be electrolytic. Next, what we'll do is we'll look into the factors affecting. Kelly.
Sir, will the heat present in the molten state will influence the flow of current, sir?
Heat present in temperature. Okay. Temperature ಅಂದ್ರೆ temperature. Will the temperature affect ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ಅದು ಬರ್ತದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ. There are factors, ಈಗ other factors ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. We'll look into the factors affecting electronic, electrolytic. Electronic conductance, electrolytic. What are the factors affecting electronic conductance, or what are the factors affecting metallic conductance? One very simple, easily, just ಅದನ್ನ factors ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ what you must do is compare ಮಾಡಿ, ಎರಡು ಮೆಟಲ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, whether both the metals conduct electricity to same extent ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ no. Different metals conduct electricity to different extent. Therefore, first factor, nature of substance. Nature of substance. Metal ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದೇನೆ, exception graphite ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ನಾನ್ ಮೆಟಲ್. ಜನರಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಜನರಲೈಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯುವ nature of substance ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯುವ. All substance will not conduct the same extent depending upon their nuclei present, nucleus, electrostatic force of attraction, ಅದರೆಲ್ಲ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. Two different metals will conduct different extent or nature. Second factor, valence electrons. More the number of valence electrons, so greater is the conduction, greater is the electronic conduction. The second factor is valence electron. Third factor, temperature. Now, there are three factors. which affect electronic conductance, nature of substance, number of valence electrons, more is the conductance. Third, temperature. Now, according to you, how temperature affects electronic conductance? In other words, increase in temperature, what may happen to the conductance? Temperature increase ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ conductance ಏನಾಗಬಹುದು?
Increase.
sir.
Increases.
Electronic
sir.
conductance. Electronic conductance decreases. Increase in temperature. Correct note ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇದು ಅಗೈನ್ ಇದು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಚೆ ಈಚೆ ಹೋದ್ರೂ ಸಹ ನಿಮಗೆ ಫುಲ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್, ಕಂಡಕ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅರೈಸ್, ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲಿ ನೀವು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೂ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಈ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ನೀವು KEB ಇಂದ ಸೇಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಮನೆಗಳಿಗೆ, ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ at your house in the summer season and winter season, ಅಥವಾ ಬೇಸಿಗೆ ಕಾಲ, ಮಳೆಕಾಲ ಅಥವಾ ಚಳಿಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, if you find out voltage at your house, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿರೋ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇದು KEB ಇಂದ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. KEB ಇಂದ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಸೀಸನ್ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಂಟರ್ ಸೀಸನ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. when higher voltage you will experience in the summer season or in the winter season?
Winter, sir.
In the winter season, voltage will be high. The summer season, voltage must be less. ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ if say ಅದು KEB ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, if you do an practical experiment, you will find out. Why? Because the temperature. ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೀಗೆ. ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಈ ತರ ಇದರ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಸೀಸನ್, ವಿಂಟರ್ ಸೀಸನ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್, ಲೆಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಏನಿರಬಹುದು? ಇದು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇದು ಥಿಯರಿ.
Resisting the flow of free electrons.
Because higher
Increase
temperature,
thermal energy, sir.
resistance is more. Higher temperature, resistance is more. ಇದನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಹ ನಾನು ಇನ್ನು ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಇಟ್. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್. ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್. ಈಗೇನ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಹೇಗಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಯು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಹಿಯರ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಯು ಆರ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ electrons must travel from one atom to another atom. In the atoms ಮೂಲಕ ಒಂದು ಎಂಡಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಂಡಿಗೆ electrons ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. For that atoms must be in contact. That is the first thing. Atoms contact ಆಗಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. Now if you increase the temperature increase ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ಬಂದವರಿಗೆ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ. In the solids ಅಲ್ಲಿ what are the different kinds of motions present ಮಾಡಿದೆ. Kinetic energy, potential energy ಇರ್ತದೆ. Kinetic energy is only due to vibrational ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. Vibration. I have uploaded that class. ನಾನು ಅದು ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ನನಗೆ ಈಗ ನೆನಪಾಯ್ತು. ಇನ್ನು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು 2 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬಾಕಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. B1 ಮತ್ತು B2 ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ 2 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನೋ ಬಾಕಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಶೇರ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಇನ್ ದ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಚೆಕ್ ದಟ್. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಬಾಕಿ ಅದು ನೆನಪಿಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡೆಡ್ ದಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಚಾನಲ್. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸೆಂಡ್ ದ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಲೇಟರ್ ಆನ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಚೆಕ್. Vibration. With increase in temperature, atoms will vibrate. Now, as the atom starts to vibrate, for example, ಈ atom ಇಲ್ಲಿ vibrate ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಆಗೇನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟು ಆಟಮ್ಸ್, ಇದರ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟು ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ವೈಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದಾಗ ಮೊಮೆಂಟರಿಲಿ ದ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್. ಈ ಎರಡು ಆಟಮಿನ ಮಧ್ಯ ಇದು ವೈಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಕಾರಣ ಈ ಎರಡು ಆಟಮಿನ ಮಧ್ಯ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್. ಆಸ್ ಅ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್, these two are not linked. Electrons from here cannot easily flow here. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಇದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಅಡ್ಡ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, if it is not allowing the electrons to pass, then electrons cannot pass. In other words, this is creating resistance. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರೀತಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, this is vibration ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಫ್ಲೋ ಅನ್ನು ತಡಿತಾ ಉಂಟು. It is creating resistance. Your increase in temperature, resistance is more. In other words, conductance is less. That is how you must understand how temperature affects conductance of electronic conductance, or in the metals or in the solids wherever electrons are conducting. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಸೂಪರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೂಪರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಎಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಲೋ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್. ಸೂಪರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಈಗ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು, ದೇ ಆರ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಎಟ್ 15 ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್, 0 ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್ ಅಥವಾ ವೆರಿ ಲೋ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ as ಸೂಪರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಲೋ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆದಾಗ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಕಂಡಕ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್, ಇಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾಲಿಟಿಕ್ ಬರುವ. What shall we stop the class? Time ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, we'll stop the class now. ಇದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಎಂತ ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೇಳಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಇಟ್ ಟುಡೇ. ಓಕೆ, ಟೈಮ್ 20 ಆಯ್ತು. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ನೂನ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಅಟೆಂಡ್, ರೈಟ್?
Yes, sir.
Then we'll continue tomorrow. Tomorrow first period I think we'll complete this ಯಾವುದು electrolytic conductance ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ measurement. We'll continue tomorrow and complete this electrolytic conductance and its use in the electrochemistry chapter. Thank you, students.